I like the market steer class 3214. As I turn to the class, I find an easy pair of top-end steers that are higher in quality and carry a more balanced look with the most eye appeal. For me, it's 3/2. 3 has the most overall length of body and is the thickest from behind. And as I study this steer, he's wider from his shoulder that carries on down his spine. And for me, he has the most overall forerib shape that carries into the most depth of rib. And as I ask this steer to walk, he easily fills his tracks with the most overall authority and flex off both ends. Not to mention, this is a steer that has the best balance throughout and is the smoothest in his overall type and kind. Yet, I can see where the 2 steer may have a bit more wider shoulder about him and more extension through his front, but for me, he breaks behind his shoulder and gets too piecey for me today. Not to mention, this is a steer that I like to see a bit smoother made and have more overall forerib shape about him. Yet, he drops into my intermediate pair with the most overall authority as he follows my class winner in type and kind. Not to mention, this is a steer that's thick throughout and is freer and easier off his back too. That being said, I can easily see where the 1 steer may have a bit more length of body about him, but for me, that's where it stops, as he breaks in his top and he lacks the overall forerib and rib shape that we like to see in him today. Not to mention, he's more restricted in his overall hock to pasture structure. Yet, as we come into my bottom pair, it's an easy pick for me, as the 1 steer follows my 2 class winners with the overall type and kind and eye appeal that they present to me. That being said, this is a steer that's wider from top down and carries with more overall base and thickness and natural muscle throughout. That being said, I can see where the Hereford steer is a bit sounder and sets down with more authority and flex, but for me, he's a shorter bodied individual that lacks the overall square construction and makeup for him to get much higher for me today. Thank you.